From Griffin Park on the campus of Dutchtown High School in Geismar, it's time for Class 5A High School Playoff Baseball on the REV Game of the Week. My name's Lyall Boudreaux, and along with Mike Mohler, we welcome you to today's regional round contest between the number 14 seed Ponchatoula Green Wave and the third-seeded Dutchtown Griffins. When we return, we'll talk more about today's Game 2 in this Best-of-3 series. Mike will have Dutchtown's starting lineup. That's all followed by the first pitch of today's game here on the REV Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
If you believe in me, I'll be the first one in our family to graduate college.
I'll be the one to change our history of diabetes.
I'll live a healthy life.
If you believe in me, I'll know my worth is more than face value.
I'll be stronger than a weak heart. I'll know 68 pounds carries weight in this world.
If you believe in me,
I'll believe in myself.
Belief in our children can change their future. Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health.
The Title Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Title Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Title Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call. You gotta call Tata.
Welcome back to Griffin Park on a sunny Sunday afternoon. This is Game 2 in the Best-of-3 Regional Round Playoff Series in Class 5A Baseball. Dutchtown with a come-from-behind win yesterday, scoring a couple of runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take a 4-3 win. Nick Gisclair picked up his 9th win of the year for Dutchtown, going 6 1/3 innings. Jace Bennett came in to get the save in what was a very interesting ball game, as Dutchtown and Ponchatoula were playing pretty even throughout that ball game, but Dutchtown able to come up with the win, and thus they are a win away from advancing to the quarterfinal round. Before we take a look at the lineups, let's take a look at Dutchtown, the Dutchtown notebook, and Coach Chris Shakesnyder.
Yeah, see there, Coach Chris Shakesnyder is in his 15th year this year. Comes in with a 319 and 168 win-loss record with 2 ties to boot. He's got 5 district champions, and his playoff success, kind of mirrors his district success as well. He's 23 and 17 in the postseason. Made it to the finals in 09, the semifinals in 2010, and then the quarterfinals in 08, 12, 14, 18, and 21. And this year looking for that state title that has eluded him in the past 15 years. It's been a while since the Griffins have been here for a regional round. It's the first time they've been back here hosting since the 2011 season.
So it seems a little odd, but it has been over 10 years since they have hosted a regional round game. Now let's take a look at Ponchatoula, coached by Scott Tribble.
It's going to be Tribble's 3rd year at Ponchatoula High School, but he was also the head coach at Lutcher, made that drive for quite some time from 1995 to 2006. He did play college baseball at Hammond, USA right there for Southeastern in 92 and 93. And you see that little caption there, they're home away from home. They play at Reimers Field in Hammond right now, but I think you kind of pointed out that
Athletics Park was had needed some repairs because of Hurricane Ida. Did some damage to Athletics Park, which is the city park in Ponchatoula, and they weren't able to play there this year because they're trying to get some things straightened out with FEMA before they are able to remodel it. So what they ended up doing, Ponchatoula ended up going to Reimers Field, and that was their home field for this season.
Gotcha. And then it's been a little while for Ponchatoula. Monday's 2-1 victory over Benton in that by-district round was their first playoff win in 14 years. The last time they had a win was in 2008, and it was against East Ascension 5-4.
So there you get a look at both coaches, Chris Shakesnyder for Dutchtown and Scott Tribble for Ponchatoula. And, with this, the game 2, Dutchtown a win away from advancing to the quarterfinal round. I guess you could say the pressure really on Ponchatoula. Very important, I think, for both teams to get out early. And also we're going to be looking at aces on both staffs. Lakin Polk is going to be going for Ponchatoula. He's definitely clearly the ace of the Green Wave.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you got Monso, and you've also got Nick Gisclair, who went yesterday. So you got a really good 1-2 punch for the Dutchtown Griffins.
Yeah, and like you said, it should be a good one. It's so important to get that first win like the Griffins did yesterday. That just gives you a little bit of breathing room and just a couple more options there.
Well, we're going to have the national anthem prior to the first pitch. And the Dutchtown senior, Story Dampier, is going to be singing the national anthem before this big crowd on this Sunday afternoon. Game 2, regional rounds.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly
Miss Story Dampier, ladies and gentlemen.
Dutchtown senior Story Dampier with a sterling rendition of our Star Spangled Banner. As we are just about ready for some baseball here this afternoon. And Mike Mohler, we had a lot of rain in the area this morning, but it looks like we'll be able to get some baseball in this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a little sketchy this morning, maybe a little questionable. It came down pretty good here for a long time, but looks like we got it patched up in the outfield, which would be the only place you need some help out. I see the sand out there in right field, but I'm sure it's going to be soggy for at least the first half of this game.
Yeah, you almost kind of wonder if they didn't have this artificial turf as the first pitch was thrown by the youngster. You wonder maybe if we would have even played this game, because I don't know if you would have tarped the field after yesterday, because I don't think that this rainstorm we got this morning was even anticipated in the area.
Yeah, from what I understand, it was supposed to be a little hit or miss, maybe a little bit of shower here and there, but what we got this morning was a little bit overboard.
Well, also, even though we're playing at Griffin Park today, in these best-of-3 series in the LHSAA, the road team is the home team in Game 2. Therefore, Ponchatoula will be the home team. Dutchtown was the home team yesterday. Ponchatoula the home team here. If there is a Game 3, Dutchtown will be back being the home team again. And let's take a look at the lineup card that Coach Chris Shakespeare has turned in for the third-seeded Dutchtown Griffins, who are 32-3 on the year.
Leading off for the Griffins today is DH Cooper Daly. Hitting second, Colin Dupree, the right fielder. Hitting third, Tanner Vadney. He plays third base. In the cleanup spots, Will DeLone. He's the first baseman. Batting fifth, the pitcher, Nathan Monso. In the sixth hole, Pearson Pyron, and he's the shortstop. Batting seventh is the second baseman, Grant Morrison. Batting eighth, the catcher, Caleb Ickes. And hitting ninth, the center fielder, Reuben Williams.
Well, both ball clubs had trouble yesterday getting base runners. Neither team really hit the ball well. And Lakin Polk is going to get the start. Yesterday, both teams ended up with just 5 hits in the ball game. But for Lakin Polk, he is the ace of this Ponchatoula staff. And we have heard a lot about this young man. He's a senior.
Yeah, we have. He comes in with a pretty good little resume. We don't have many numbers on him, but, the little research we did on him, he's a good one. And, like yesterday, from what I understand, they took a little while for both sides to get the bats going. A couple hard hit balls right at people, and maybe just a couple little C&I base hits kind of opened things up for each team.
There you get a look at Lakin Polk. He pitched on Monday in the opening round for Ponchatoula when they defeated Benton. They defeated Benton by a score of 2-1. Lakin Polk went the distance all 7 innings. He threw 106 pitches. He only allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. He struck out 7 and walked 1. So the big right-hander, a senior, is going to try and pitch Ponchatoula to a Game 3, which would follow this game. And the ball fired down by Brant Jones, the catcher, down to second base. We're ready to go. Changing the lineup for Dutchtown, the DH Cooper Daly is going to lead it off as he'll step up to the plate. And we are just about underway. Daly was 1 for 1 yesterday. He pinch hit and got a base hit.
Yeah, just a little. That's the only change, I think, a subtle one. Although it is at the top of the lineup, Daly's going to be DHing for the left fielder, Ethan Mayo, today.
We're underway. Outside corner, called strike from Lakin Polk. And the count 0-1. Colin Dupree, then Tanner Vadney to follow here in the top of the first inning. Working in a hurry, fouled off to the right side quickly, 0-2. Daly DHing today. Ethan Mayo, the left fielder, not in the batting order. Ethan had been leading off for a good portion of this season. Not much of a breeze blowing at the moment. Slow chopper toward third, going to be a tough play. Throw to first base. It is just in time. Nice job by Cole Landry, the third baseman. Over to first to Landon Rayford. And we've got 1 out as we check out the Ponchatoula defense.
Yeah, so defensively in the outfield today for the Green Wave, from left to right is going to be Brant Monastaire, L.J. Whitaker, and Elijah Winters. On the infield at third base, Cole Landry. The shortstop is Nolan Tribble. Second base, Braden Perrin. And at first base, Landon Rayford. Battery today for the Green Wave. Doing the catching is Brant Jones. And on the mound, Lakin Polk.
Colin Dupree, the batter now, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. As there you see the Ponchatoula defense. Outfield, infield, Polk on the mound, Jones behind the plate. Swing and a miss. Count is now a ball and a strike. Colin was 0 for 1, did score a run, had an RBI in yesterday's game. Dutchtown won by a score of 4-3. Pop this one up in the infield. Shortstop Tribble makes the call, and Nolan Tribble makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down for Dutchtown in the first.
Yeah, quick work by Polk, filling up the strike zone early, getting ahead of these Griffin hitters, forcing them to swing the bat, and maybe even at a couple bad pitches that they don't want to swing at.
This will bring up Tanner Vadney now. Tanner was 0 for 2 yesterday. Tanner leads Dutchtown with 41 RBIs, 3 home runs. First pitch called strike. Ball Lakin Poe gets it, fires it. That pitch is outside. Good velocity we see early on. 1-1 to count. And, Mike, this is kind of the new school here as we see Lakin Polk looks toward the dugout. Pitching coach gives the sign, looks at his armband. Pitch misses high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Little new thing they got going now. You get the pitcher gets it directly from the dugout. You see this a lot in softball now. Pretty much everybody does this in softball.
Okay, so it just completely eliminates the catcher and giving signs and maybe some thievery going on.
Pitch misses high, and the count now 3 balls and a strike. Down and away, and that's the first base runner of the ball game as a walk. Tanner Vadney is going to take over at first base. And that'll bring up Will DeLone.
You see Polk get ahead of Vadney there with a nice breaking ball. 0-1, and just kind of nibbled a little bit his way through that at-bat and just missed. The Griffins have their first base runner.
I want to talk about what we've seen from Lakin Polk right after this pitch from Mike Mohler. Here is Will DeLone. Check the runner. First pitch downstairs. Well, Mike, you pitched in the big leagues for 7 years. You give pitching instructions now that you're retired. Early on, Lakin Polk looks like he's got real good form.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's got a great frame. Everything is, a lot of times at the high school stage, I guess you would say you'll see them maybe try to overthrow, do a lot of stuff that they're really not capable of doing. But he's got a really good tempo. Pounding the strike zone other than the last 4 pitches because we happen to mention something. That's what usually happens. But, no, good frame, good tempo, easy to repeat, and that's how you stay in that strike zone.
Vadney on the run, and the ball hit right at the shortstop who was going to cover the bag. Tribble's got it, steps on the bag, and that will retire the side. So a walk, 1 runner is left on base. And after a half inning, Dutchtown nothing, Ponchatoula coming to bat. And with that, we'll look at the lineup card filled out by Coach Scott Tribble for his 14th-seeded Ponchatoula Green Wave, who are 22-10 on the year.
Leading off for the Green Wave is L.J. Whitaker. He's the center fielder. Hitting second, the catcher, Brant Jones. The pitcher, Lakin Polk, will hit third, and Cole Landry, the third baseman, is in the cleanup spot. Shortstop Nolan Tribble hits fifth. Elijah Winter, the right fielder, hits sixth. Hitting seventh is Brant Monaster, and he's the left field. And hitting eighth is Landon Rayford. He plays first base. And the 9 holes, Braden Perrin, and he's the second baseman.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Nathan Monso. Monso went 6 innings against Slidell. He pitched the first 6 innings. Dutchtown had the big lead. They ended up winning 9-2 over Slidell, and he went those 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned, struck out 5, and did walk 6. Control was a little bit of a problem. He threw 81 pitches in that outing. I should say it was on Tuesday, but he's back here on Sunday trying to pitch the Griffins to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and the thing that kind of sticks out to me here early is you got 6 walks and 6 hits, but he only threw 81 pitches in 6 innings. So his outs were very efficient because, I mean, if you think of your strikeouts, I mean, he's got 5. He gave up hits. I mean, 11. Those pitches can start to add up real quick. And 81 pitches through 6 innings is not too terribly much.
No, I know when I was doing some research on it yesterday, and, I was noticing 6 walks, but only 81 pitches. Those numbers don't jive.
No, they don't. I mean, like I said, he was being really efficient with the outs he was getting, and, these are first or second pitch outs.
But I do recall there was like 3 or maybe 4 first pitch outs.
Yeah.
Off the Slidell bats.
For sure, which it was kind of I don't know, tale of two stories, I guess, with his game, because we're so used to seeing Monso just pound the strike zone, get outs early. But yet he did have the 6 walks, which is not very characteristic of Monso.
L.J. Whittaker, the center fielder, leads it off. Catcher Brant Jones will follow. Then Lakin Polk, the pitcher. First pitch from Monso is a called strike. L.J. 1 for 2 yesterday. He had a double, scored one of the 3 Green Wave runs. Both pitchers work in a hurry. Curveball misses in the count 1-1. Monso has a sign from Caleb Ickes. Well, this ball fouled out of play, and that's going to be off to the football field, off to the right, behind the first base dugout. Good crowd filing in this afternoon. It's going to be warm. It's humid out here at Griffin Park. Little line drive speared by the second baseman. That's Grant Morrison. That's 1 out. And let's check Dutchtown's defense.
Defensively for the Griffins today in the outfield from left to right, we got Ethan Mayo, Reuben Williams, and Colin Dupree. On the infield, third base, Tanner Vadnais. Shortstops, Pearson Power. Second baseman, Grant Morrison. First base, Will DeLone. Battery today for the Griffins, doing the catching, Caleb Ickes. And on the hill, Nathan Monso.
Here is Brant Jones, the catcher, takes a off-speed pitch for a strike. Brant, a good day at the plate, 2 RBIs, so he knocked in 2 of their 3 runs, went 1 for 4. It's a chopper that's going to be foul, fielded in foul territory by Vadnais. And I tell you what, the way both these pitchers are throwing, they're pitching like they're double parked.
Right, it's trying to get that fine, get out of here before they get it, right? 4 pitches from Monso, 4 strikes.
So a little looping liner to second base for the first out off the bat of Whittaker. Here is a ground ball. Nice convenient hop. Morrison over to first to DeLone. 2 up, 2 down for Ponchatoula.
Yeah, you say nice convenient hop right there, but right off the bat, Morrison knew which hop he wanted to go get. Makes it look easier. You want to catch that ball at the highest point if you can, and that's exactly what he did.
You know, and I think what we just saw, maybe the first time I've seen it in person, you're going to get that hop on turf, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll get it every time.
The only time you may be a little bit in trouble is maybe like a day today. Actually, I'm sure that turf is a little wet still, and if you get a little bit of that top spin, you're not sure if it's going to take the Super Bowl hop or kind of skip a little bit.
Lakin Polk at the plate, takes a strike. Now a ball in the count 1-1. Lakin, the 3-hitter, plays first base, which when he's not pitching, he was 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. Lines this one in the gap in left center field. Let's see, it will drop in front of Ethan Mayo. We noticed during outfield and infield before the game that outfield it doesn't look it, but it is very wet as Lakin Polk goes the other way for a 2-out hit.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Polk right there. Little 1-1 pitch, middle away, stayed inside of it. And we did see that ball kind of plug almost as Mayo overran it just a hair, but still keeps Polk to a single.
Cody Crawford, a senior, is going to be the courtesy runner over at first base. So Crawford will run for Lakin Polk. And this is going to now bring up the third baseman, Cole Landry, the cleanup hitter. Cole was 0 for 4 yesterday. Infield plays back. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first. Both teams have had 1 base runner. The count, a ball and no strikes. Dutchtown won yesterday 4-3. If they can win game 2 here today, game 2 of this best-of-3, they will advance to the quarterfinals. If Ponchatoula wins, we'll wait about 30 minutes after this game and play another one. And that'll be the third and deciding game of this regional series. Monso in a hurry, missed high. You know, with Polk going on Monday, Monso going on Tuesday, both, at least early, seem to have pretty good velocity.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you get the typical, or at least the 4 days in between before that start. Give your arm a little chance to freshen back up.
Little tardy on that swing by Cole Landry, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Polk 106 pitches on Monday. Monso threw 81 on Tuesday. A ball, 2 strikes the count, 2 away, will runner at first. There he goes, foul straight back. Pretty good jump by Crawford, the courtesy runner over at first base. Landry fouled it back.
Maybe a little hit and run there with 2 outs. A little different, but 2-1 pitch. Typically you'll see the hit and run come in that count.
There you get a look at Will DeLone, the first baseman for Dutchtown. Crawford, the courtesy runner. Good look from our center field camera angle. Runner not going this time, and it's 2-2. No, counts 3-2. I stand corrected. There goes the runner, and that's a called strike 3. Boy, that's a paint job right there. Burnt off an outside corner. First strikeout picked up by Monceau, and we're through 1. We're scoreless from Griffin Park. Game 2 regionals between Dutchtown and Ponchatoula.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Along with Mike Mohler, I'm Lyall Boudreaux. Welcome back to Griffin Park. Happy to have you this afternoon, wherever you may be watching, whether you're in Dallas, Texas, or here in Louisiana. We hope you're enjoying Game 2 of this regional round between the Dutchtown and Ponchatoula. We move on to inning number 2. It'll be Nathan Monceau, Pearson Pyron, and Grant Morrison to face the right-hander, Lakin Pope. Pope gave up a 2-out walk to Vatney. That was it. Monceau puts a charge into this one, going back to right fielder, looking up. This ball's off the wall. Monceau is going to pull up at second base. I thought he might have got another one like he did against Sandoval, because that ball went high off the wall in right field for a leadoff double.
Yeah, he got that first pitch middle in, exactly what he's looking for. Just a little shy off the wall as you see Winters going back on that ball. I think Winters thought that ball might have just inched out of this ballpark.
Now batting for the Griffins is shortstop number 2, Pearson Pyron.
So Monceau put a charge on it. That is his team-leading 12th double. And the courtesy runner, I believe, is going to be Jackson Craddock for the pitcher Monceau. So an opportunity here for Dutchtown as they get the first runner in scoring position. It comes with no outs in the second, and Pearson Pyron, the batter. Pyron shows bunt, bunts it back toward the mound. They will look at third, no play, throw it to first. Sacrifice is good, and Craddock will advance to third.
Great job all the way around right there. Pearson, if you want to get that ball up, if you can, get it down. A pitch up, to get it down and make somebody on that left side field that ball so that that runner Craddock can go from second to third base. And then great job by Polk right there. Kind of checked and knew he didn't have him at third. You're always taught to make sure you at least get one out, and that's exactly what he did.
Third sacrifice bunt of the year for Pearson Pyron. Jackson Craddock now the runner at third base. Griffin trying to play some small ball and take the first lead of this ball game, as this is going to be Grant Morrison at the plate. Grant was 1 for 3 yesterday and scored a run. He comes in batting .333 with 13 RBIs. Ponchatoula is going to play the infield back as that first pitch is inside.
Hey, you got to like the small ball by the Griffins, trying to, I guess, learn something from yesterday's game. Took them a little while to get on the scoreboard, trying to do that early here today.
Lakin Polk works out of the stretch with the runner at third and 1 out. Chased one out of the zone. The count now 1-1.
breaking ball right there. If you're Morrison, don't try to be too anxious. You got to know that you're hitting with the base open right now, and Polk probably doesn't want to give you anything too good to hit, so don't expand your zone here and get yourself out.
Shows bunt, squares around, chops at it, missed it. Not a good idea by Morrison because the last two pitches have both been out of the zone, and now all of a sudden he's in the hole at 1-2.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a little safety squeeze right there, huh?
I would think so.
See Graddick kind of a delayed start, kind of waiting to see if Morrison would get that ball down.
So Polk now the advantage, 1-2.
Ooh.
Oh, breaks off, throws one on the outside corner, didn't break it off, through the fastball. And I don't know what Morrison was looking at, but he takes it for a called strike 3 and a huge out in this ball game.
Great pitch by Polk right there. I don't know if you could see my angle's made a little bit better, but that ball did start off maybe black, maybe off the plate, tail back in over, just kind of froze Morrison.
Caleb Ickey's the catcher, now the batter. Caleb was 1 for 2 with an RBI yesterday. He got a big hit in that ball game late, takes the first pitch outside. You know, the catcher, Brant Jones, was set up almost off the plate on that 2-strike pitch to Morrison.
Yeah, I think that ball was supposed to be off the plate away.
Wade misses Wade down and away. Reuben Williams would be next if Ickey's can keep this inning going. A leadoff double. Sacrificed in the third, but then a big strikeout by Polk. 2-0 pitch. Swung at ball 3, and it's 2-1. From what we've heard, that is the bread and butter pitch for Polk.
Yeah, I mean, if you're throwing it 2-0, we've seen it twice now, throwing it behind in the count. That's going to be his go-to. That's what he's going to want to get you out with.
Oh, missed outside, and the count now 3-1. I thought the catcher was set up outside.
Yeah, he was.
Hit the target, but I thought he was set up off the plate.
To the displeasure of Polk, as you see him kind of yell something at the umpire there.
Gets the call this time, and it's 3-2. Fills it up.
Again, 3-1 behind in the count. What does he go to? Breaking ball right there. He has a lot of confidence in that pitch. Dutchtown needs to pick up on that offensively.
Payoff pitch. Slow chopper toward shortstop. Tribble's got it. Throws it on the run. Got him. And a leadoff double. Does not come around to score. And after an inning and a half, it is no score as we take a look at the replay, and this play by Tribble.
Yeah, really good play by Tribble. Knows he got the catcher. Ickey's running, probably not the fastest guy on the Griffins team, so make sure he sets his feet, get a good grip on that wet baseball, and make a good throw for the third out.
Let's take a look now at the quarterfinal pairings that are going to be coming up next week, as some 3 regional games, 3 regional rounds are still to be determined.
Yeah, so there on the top you're going to see Sandoval. They've already been determined, them and Barb. The Sandoval Gators will travel to Barb.
They punched their ticket.
They punched their ticket, absolutely. Actually, probably before Dutchtown and Ponchatoula even played their first game yesterday, they were going to Barb. And then you see the second one there. Acadiana Sulphur winner will play at Zachary, who has punched their ticket as well. And then the game that we're doing today, the winner of this series will play Central. If it is Dutchtown, it will be here, and if it's Ponchatoula, it will be at Central. And then on the bottom there, you'll see the winner of Ruston and Sam Houston will travel to West Monroe.
So we're going to be down to 8 teams after today. Sandoval, Barb, Zachary, Central, and West Monroe already in the quarterfinals. Nice job by Lake and Polk to get a work around that leadoff double.
Yeah, absolutely. No panic. You mentioned they were playing the defense back, and I honestly think they were trying to make Grant Morrison swing at some pitches to get himself out. And
the bottom of the second inning,
got 2 strikes on him as he expanded the zone and then locked him up on a fastball inside, which was a big out with that runner on third with less than 2 outs.
Well, Nolan Tribble, the shortstop, who's had some activity defensively today, takes the first pitch way outside. Nolan was 0 for 3. His dad is the head coach, Scott Tribble. Scott coaches at third base. The first base coach is his older brother. Tough play for Pyron. Long throw across, and DeLone can't dig it out. Ball gets by. That'll be an infield single, and on the throwing error, leadoff runner is at second base.
Yeah, kind of tough play there from Pyrone, but we've seen him make that play before. Fields it perfect, just throwing across his body. Kind of gave DeLong maybe that in-between hop to try to pick that one that's a little bit more difficult.
So, infield single, throwing error, runner at second base, nobody out. Let's see how Ponchatoula plays it with Elijah Winters, the right fielder. Elijah, the number 6 hitter. Takes a pitch outside. We were mentioning when Tribble was batting that his dad is the third base coach, the head coach, Scott, as you get a good look at Elijah. And his older brother, Nathan, is the first base coach. Check the runner at second, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
I'm looking at Winters, watching him. He's caught my eye. I see that little towel hanging out of his back pocket. Looks like a Nicholls State symbol.
Yeah, he is headed to Nicholls State. He's also he's going to play football at Nicholls State. He's a defensive back, was on Ponchatoula's Class 5A runner-up football team. They got, matter of fact, 3 players from that team. This pitch is outside. The runner at second base, Nolan Tribble, was the quarterback on that team that played West Monroe for the state championship. There you see Nolan, the quarterback, who also plays shortstop on the baseball team. Winters was a defensive back. Shows bunt again and pops it up. Ickes has got a play on it, and that won't work for the Green Wave.
Yeah, good play. Ickes came firing out of that, got rid of the face mask or the helmet really quick underneath that ball. That is an out that you have to get if you're the Griffins.
Now batting left fielder number 23.
Well, we talk about football players. They've got 3 in a row. This is Brant Monaster. Brant was a middle linebacker on that football team. And if you get a good look at him, you'll be able to see why. Well put together young man, the left fielder. And he hits this 2-hopper to shortstop. Pyron across the diamond. And DeLong can't pick it.
Oh, I don't know. I think he did pick it. I think they said he was off the base.
Well, I should say he was off the base.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we see another look at that.
That's going to be the second error of the inning.
Let's see here. Good hop. Just a little short hop. Looks like he drug his foot over the top of the base. I don't know.
Well, Chris Shakespeare is going to come out and argue, and I think he's got a good argument. I think what happened is if we get a chance in a minute, we're going to look at this again. I think what happened was it looked like he was off balance when he caught it, but it looked like he drug his foot on the bag.
Yeah, it looked like the right foot drug over the top of it. To no avail.
Watch the right foot. It acted like he almost thought he didn't catch it.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what it was.
And he was off balance, so he didn't really sell it as well as he could have.
Yeah, if he comes off showing the ball, like checking the runner at third, it's an out.
Right.
So runners now on the corners. First big threat of the game for Ponchatoula. This is Landon Rayford, the first baseman, the batter. Landon was DH'd for yesterday. Dutchtown plays the infield back. Shows bunt. Pitches outside. Well, both teams just trying so desperately to get that first run across.
Looked like Coach Tribble was a little upset. That Monaster over there at first, trying to get him to second base.
Nolan Tribble, the runner at third. Brant Monaster, the runner at first base. A couple of errors have put the Griffins in a predicament here in this inning. There goes the runner on a 3-1. They throw it to third and give Monaster a stolen base. Boy, that didn't work out well Tuesday for Slidell when they tried that because they threw it away and Reuben Williams scored all the way from first.
Base, yeah. Man.
A ball and no strikes to count on Landon Rayford. Infield's going to stay back. Rayford, the 8-hitter, shows bunt. Takes a strike. Braden Perrin is the on-deck batter. Ethan Laurent was the DH yesterday, but today it's Landon Rayford batting in that spot. Fouls this one back, and Monceau now ahead at a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Monceau trying to match Polk right here. He needs a big punch out of Rayford. If he can, it would be very timely for the Griffins. Rayford trying to get that run in from third with less than 2 outs.
Bottom of the order did some damage yesterday for Ponchatoula. They're trying to give the Green Wave the first lead in this ball game. We're game 2 in this best-of-3 series. Dutchtown won yesterday 4-3. Monceau from the stretch. Curveball. That's got the Dutchtown fans screaming, where was it?
Must have been a
Ponchatoula
little
fans are screaming, good eye.
Just a little up.
Whatever it was, it locked up the batter, Rayford, at the plate. 2-2 the count. Just got a piece of it. Fouls it at the plate. Good job by Rayford to stay alive.
Same pitch. Let's see if he goes to the well 3 times right here. Maybe try to break it out of the zone to get a whiff. Swing and a miss from Rayford.
Monceau with a sign from Ickes. Didn't miss by much.
Little up. He's not liking that pitch up. That's a breaking ball and a fastball. I mean, both of them got plenty of the plate. Just a little bit up out of the zone.
So that'll run the count full now on Landon Rayford at 3-2. Got him swing and a miss. Monceau brought it down a little bit, went with some heat. It's now 2 away.
Huge out right there from Monceau. Can't exhale right here now though.
Yeah, you talk about that a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest out of the inning, but this one's just a little bit bigger, right? I mean, that out goes all for naught if you can't get Perrin right here.
Braden Perrin had 2 hits, scored a run in yesterday's ball game. He was 2 for 3. Matter of fact, the only player on either team to have 2 hits. And this is a freshman.
I'll be seeing him and hearing his name an awful lot over the next couple of years.
Fly ball should be easy to right field because camping under it is Colin Dupree. So both teams threatening the second. Both come up empty. Green Wave is going to strand 2. We're through 2. We're scoreless here on the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
9-1-2 due up for Dutchtown as we move now to the top of the third. And as we talk a lot, Mike, about high-stress innings, for both these pitchers, the first inning was no stress, but the second inning, a little bit different story.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you may not throw as many pitches, but just the stress that you are, exerting to make those pitches takes a little bit more out of you. But great job by both pitchers escaping some jams.
Reuben Williams hits a one-hopper to third base. Throw across the diamond in time. Cole Landry. Landon Rayford, 1 out. They get the speedy Williams, and more importantly for Ponchatoula, they keep him off the base.
Yeah, Williams is a runner that hitter that the Griffins want to be on his own base as much as possible because he can wreak some havoc when he gets out there.
Cooper Daly now the batter. Takes a curveball inside corner for a strike. Cooper bounced out the third his first time up. Dutchtown has committed the game's only 2 errors, as this is going to be a ground ball to Perrin at second. Throw it to first. We're moving right along. Very few pitches in this inning, and that's 2 away.
Yeah, Polk settling in a little bit as we saw him escape that jam last inning, get a little fired up. One of the most important things, I know I talk about it all the time, is to try to have that same hyper focus that you had in that inning when you come back out for the following inning, and same kind of concentration.
First pitch is a ball to Colin Dupree. After this half inning, we've got a new state champion in town, or in this parish, after yesterday, and we're going to show you some video of the Santa Maria Lady Gators when they came home as Class 5A softball state champions after their 10-0 win over West Monroe yesterday afternoon in Sulphur. They were greeted by a large crowd when they got home last night. We're going to show you some of that as this pitch fouled back. And Lakin Polk filling up the strike zone.
Yeah, he is. He's staying down in the zone, too. As you see Dupree kind of go back leg on that one just to try to get down there and foul that ball off.
What is interesting, though, we're seeing some pretty good swings for the most part from these Dutchtown batters.
Oh.
Called strike 3.
Man.
Just froze him at the plate. A 1-2-3 inning, and that'll take care of Dutchtown. And it is now 2.5 innings with no score. And we talked about Santa Maria with a 5-inning, 10-0 win over West Monroe. And let's take a look at the Lady Gators when they returned last night as state champions in Class 5A softball.
Coach Amy Petrie and the Lady Gators, state champs.
Congratulations, Santa Maria Lady Gators. 31-2 on the year, beats West Monroe 10-0, wins the school's 7th state championship. Addison Jackson, a perfect game, retired all 15 batters she faced, 4 strikeouts, and they hit 4 home runs. Mike, we saw them 3 times this year on the REV Game of the Week. Boy, oh boy, what a team.
Impressive. And I know we talk about Jackson, with the amount of home runs she's hit this year, but she also has done a stellar job on the mound. Only 2 losses, in the circle, but only 2 losses on the season. Yesterday comes out in the state championship and spins a perfect game. That's just unheard of.
Yep. And hits a home run. Of course, that's not unusual.
No, that's like crazy when that's the norm.
Right, that's her 26th of the year. And Landon Monso pitching against L.J. Whittaker. Falls behind 2-0 here as we play in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the 3rd. That'll be a strike. Whittaker hit a little soft liner to Grant Morrison. His only time up. Monso with his sign, worked in a hurry, called strike 2. Brant Jones and then Lakin Polk are going to follow. 2 hits for the Green Wave. Nice play, Vadnais. How about that one?
Great play right there with the speed of Whittaker. It's do or die, right? I think if Power fields that, probably doesn't have enough time to get Whittaker at first base. See Vadnais come across, scoop that thing on that one hop, which gives him a lot of time to make that throw to first base.
Yeah, and a very accurate throw as Whittaker can run. Here is Brant Jones, bounced out to second, his only time up today. First pitch high for a ball. Nice crowd here this afternoon. There's going to be some sunburns when this day's over with. Well, they're going to add on to what they picked up yesterday. You know, when you play a Saturday, Sunday, 1 o'clock starts, and you got the sun beaming down, this ball smoked down the left field line, and it's a foul ball. You know, Mike, they say it, I think it's true for every place you can live in the country. You know, give it a few hours and things will change. I mean, who would have thought this morning with the rain we saw that this would be like this afternoon?
Yeah, I agree. And then you talk about the sunburns and everything. I mean, we're just in May. I guess the only advantage to this game is they're not playing it in late August, right?
Yep.
Could be a lot hotter.
I'm sure it's pretty humid in that outfield with all the water out there. 2-1 count. Now 3-1. Both pitchers had some hiccups in that second inning, but able to work around the leadoff runner at second base. Monso's 3-1. That's ball 4. So a one-out base runner will be the catcher, Brant Jones. Going to be the first walk allowed by Monso. Looks like Jones is going to stay in and run for himself, or did we get a courtesy runner? This is going to be Lake and Polk. He got a single, hit it in the left field. Did a nice job going the other way with one. He has one of the 2 hits.
Yeah, they are going to let Jones run for himself there at first.
Pitch is inside for a ball. Lake and Polk, the batter, is a southeastern commitment.
Won't have to travel very far.
Nope. Matter of fact, they played at Southeastern their first-round playoff game against Benton. Couldn't pull the trigger there. The count 1-1. Had some rain on Monday. Apparently Reimers Field and Hammond wasn't ready to go, so they went and moved it over to Southeastern where they've got turf. Brant Jones, the runner at first. There's one out in the inning. Runner goes. Ickey's throw down will be in plenty of time.
Wow.
Pyron covered. They slap the tag, and they throw out Brant Jones.
Man, that was a great catch and throw right there. Ickey's, watch the footwork if you see it. Good jump also. Pyron right there throws right on the money, quick tag to clip Jones there at second base.
So that takes care of the runner from a walk, and that's a strike.
Thought it just gives you a little bit of breath of fresh air if you're on the mound to pick up that second out right there.
2-2 now the count. Tried to work the outside corner, missed it. Count 3-2.
Just a little wide. Had him set up too. Dropped a breaking ball on the inside black. The pitch prior.
Fouled out of play. Ickes gives it a look, but it's off to the third base side into the stands. We've seen some good crowds here for these playoff games, as well as that Santa Maud doubleheader late in the year. So the pitchers are battling. Lake and Polk at the plate. Monso on the bump. And a 3-2 pitch. Missed it outside that time. Tried to turn it over, and that's back-to-back walk, but the caught stealing helps Dutchtown's cause.
Yeah, good idea right there. I like the thought. Little backdoor breaking ball. I think he would have locked him up there. Probably would have given up on it, thinking it was a fastball away. Just couldn't get it quite back over that outside corner part of the plate.
Cody Crawford will be the courtesy runner for Polk. And this is going to bring up Cole Landry. Cole, one of the 2 strikeout victims for Monso so far today. We don't have the numbers, but I'm assuming Monso has thrown a few more pitches than Polk so far today.
Yeah, for sure. Polk was super efficient last inning. Probably threw about 6 or 7 pitches.
That's a good point. Yeah, that third inning was a ground out, I think, on the first pitch by Reuben Williams. And about 2 pitches maybe to Daly was a ground out and then a strikeout. Yeah, definitely under 10 pitches for sure. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Now time's going to be called as the pitching coach, Troy Tomplay, is going to head out to the mound and have a talk with his pitcher.
Probably just a little calm down right here. Hey, look, he got that thrown base stealer out at second base. Looked like he was right back in the zone. Looked like he picked up his pace a little bit. I know we know Monso works extremely quick, but just between those last two hitters, I noticed he did pick up the pace just a little bit.
What little breeze we do have blowing is blowing out toward left field. 83 degrees right now as we play here at Griffin Park.
The humidity's got to be ridiculous.
Winds are 5 miles an hour out of the south, so we're in the 83-degree range. 2-0 the count, 2 outs, a runner at first. That's a strike. Came back, worked the outside corner.
What are the percentages? Strikes thrown right after a visit by the pitching coach to the mound. It's way up there.
Yeah, I've got a good one after this pitch if we still got an inning going. Popped him up. Right fielder is Colin Dupree. Reuben Williams comes by. Dupree says, I've got it. He does. Greenway will strand a runner. We're through 3. Regional round game 2. No score between Dutchtown and Ponchatoula. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Well, we expected Mike Mohler to see a pitching duel between Lakin Park, or Lakin Polk, I should say, for Ponchatoula, and Nathan Monso for Dutchtown, and that's what we have seen so far.
Yeah, we saw Monso labor just a little bit more that last inning, but the little quick trip from Coach Tomplay gets Monso right back in the zone and promptly gets a fly ball to Dupree in right field to finish that inning.
It's been a good year for sports for Ponchatoula. They played for the football state championship as Vadnais leads it off with a foul ball. The girls basketball team at Ponchatoula won the Class 5A girls basketball state championship. And the baseball team now winning their first playoff game since 2014. So been a good sports year already for Ponchatoula High School.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't think of Ponchatoula as one of the bigger schools, with a lot of more students to throw on the fields and courts or what have you, but it's a pretty impressive resume.
Vadnais, who walked his first time up, quickly in the hole at 0-2. Will DeLone and Nathan Monso to follow here in the fourth. Foul ball? No, it's a fair ball. Nice play by Landry. Throw it across the diamond, a long throw. Landry's been tested a few times today and has made the plays.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of work, and you see gets rid of that ball really quick. Actually, maybe just a little to the right of the first baseman, Landon Rayford, but he gives him Rayford just a little bit long enough time to get his foot back on that base for the first out.
I really thought that ball was going to end up foul.
Yeah.
It just kind of hugged the line. And with one out, only one of 4 innings now, Dutchtown has put the leadoff man on, and that was that leadoff double in the second inning by Nathan Monso. Will DeLone, who bounced into a fielder's choice, bats 1-0 the count. Monso on deck. 2-0 now the count.
Good take. Is that a changeup? Because that ball looks like fastball, but then it's kind of like sinking out of the zone. It doesn't look as stiff as his fastball.
And that'll move the count quickly now to 3-0. Monso, who has the only hit for Dutchtown, a double off the wall in right field, is on deck. Polk checks his armband for the sign, which he gets straight out of the dugout. Well, I'm so used to seeing that in softball. And that 3-0 pitch did not come close, and that is a 4-pitch walk. Very unusual for Polk in this ball game.
Yeah, maybe just a little lapse concentration. Not sure exactly how he was trying to approach Will DeLong there, but he got behind early and it looked like he tried to pick just a little bit too much.
Polk walked 1 and struck out 7, allowed 3 hits against Benton in the first-round playoff game on Monday. Now Monso doubled off the wall his only time up. Nathan began today batting .342, so that'll rise a little bit. This pitch is a curve. Looks like it might have maybe worked around the plate, but gets the call. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he wasn't getting that first pitch fastball middle in that he got last at bat. I promise you that.
That was caught on the white line of the batter's box.
0-1 pitch. Fouled out of play. Good swing, though, by Monso. He was sitting fastball, looked like he got it. And now he's in the hole, 0-2. Will DeLong, the base runner at first.
Look how Monso moves up on that plate. Just get a little closer, make it a little bit tighter for Polk to try to get it in there.
Foul ball. Well, if you take a look at Polk, he is standing on the line. He is really crowding the plate.
Monso.
Yeah,
he is. I think he just I didn't really pay attention to the first couple pitches, but that pitch right there, he really got on the dish.
In a hole here, 0-2. Teammate Will DeLong at first base, 1 out in the inning. We're scoreless. Dutchtown wins this game. They go to the quarterfinals and will host Central. Ponchatoula wins. We'll play another game today. Downstairs with that pitch, and it's 1-2.
Good take by Monso. 1-2, but kept his hands back.
When Ponchatoula made the drive from Tangipahoa Parish today, they knew they had to win 2 ball games to keep their season alive. Polk checks the runner. Ground ball right side. That'll get through. DeLong is going to make the turn and stop as the right fielder Winters quickly gets it in. And Nathan Monso now 2 for 2 on the day.
2 for 2, and more importantly, got a runner on first and second base with no out. So let's see if the Griffins are going to try to move these runners over like they did back in the second inning.
You know, the more, Mike, that I see Monso, he is a good-looking hitter at the plate.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you talk about it, what was he hitting coming in? 342, now 2 for 2, so we're going to rise. But, I mean, he's got some pop, too. We've seen him put the barrel to some balls to that right field area.
Now in scoring position, Will DeLong is going to be pinch run for by Carter Decato to get a little bit more speed. And Jackson Craddock is going to be the runner for Monso at first base. So Decato is at second, Craddock is at first. This is Pyron, who sacrificed his first time up today. So the Griffins threaten here in the second inning. Make that the 4th inning with 2 runners on. This is going to be the first time today that Dutchtown has had 2 on at the same time. Ponchatoula had 2 on in the second inning. Boy, just not real sure why the catcher sets up that far outside, because it really gives the umpire an easy look to see how far off the plate it is.
Right. Not sure if they maybe thought something was going to be on there. Maybe that was just kind of a purpose pitch out there. Let's see if they try to get right back in the zone here.
1-0 look at the runners. Curveball stays high.
Yeah, he hasn't called that yet. That pitch has been upstairs. He's been consistent on that pitch right there. But I'm thinking maybe Pyron's take it till a strike and then maybe bunting. I don't see he hadn't squared around yet.
Grant Morrison, the on-deck batter. Takes all the way, good pitch. Lays one in there, and it's now 2-1.
Again, behind in the count, goes to his slider. That's his go-to pitch. I know I said it before, but if you're Dutchtown, that's something you want to make note of.
You know, he's also thrown that pitch off the plate that Dutchtown has chased in this count a bunch today. Not a bunch, but a few times. Decato, they look at him at second base, and now Pyron was going to call timeout. On plate umpire points toward Pyron, saying he asked for time.
Yeah, I think Decato was trying to say that Polk had balked. Umpire letting him know that time was called.
Decato, the pinch runner at second base. Graddick is the courtesy runner at first. 2-1 count on Pyron. Ground ball could be 2. Triple charges, throws to second. They get 1, no throw to first, as the ball just not hit hard enough. And runners are going to be on the corners after that out at second base.
Yeah, 2-1 pitch got in on the hands of Pyron right there. And like you said, I mean, even though we have turf, just wasn't hit quite hard enough to make that turn, preparing to make that turn at second base.
So the catcher, Brant Jones, goes through a series of signs, what they want to do if Pyron takes off at first base. After this half inning, we'll take a look at Dutchtown in the last 5 years in the postseason. They're trying to get back to the quarterfinals for the second time in a row. Last year they made it. Boy, huge lead by Pyron at first. Doesn't go. And there's that pitch called strike. Morrison, a strikeout victim, his first time up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they're going to going to try to put something on right here. Maybe a little leave early. Steele getting a run down, trying to get picked off is a huge lead.
There goes Pyron. They're not going to throw down, so that'll be a stolen base. And the count's going to be a ball and a strike. So Pyron picks up his 7th stolen base of the year. And how huge would a hit be for Graham Morrison right here? Morrison's got 13 RBIs.
Oh.
Boy, that widened the plate.
That ball's off the plate away right there.
That was an unhittable pitch where that pitch ended up.
Man.
1-2 pitch. Good job by Morrison not to chase that time.
Yeah.
You may recall his first at bat, he chased a pitch like that.
Yeah, he did. Good job by Jones right there. Heading the count, anticipating maybe a breaking ball in the dirt. Don't want to let that ball get by you with the runner on third.
Well, that second call strike really, really puts you in a jam as the batter. Called strike 3. Went back out there again, got the call. Dutchtown's going to strand 2. We're through 3.5 now. Still scoreless in this game 2 of the regional round in the Class 5A state playoffs. And let's visit what Dutchtown has done in the last 5 years in the Class 5A state playoffs.
There you see there at the bottom in 2018, they come in as a 23 seed, make it to the quarterfinals, and 19 as a 13 seed to the bi-district round. 2020, as we all know, was shut down to COVID. And in 2021, last year, made it all the way to the quarterfinals as a 13 seed. And currently, 2022 is a 3rd seed. The jury's still out.
This 3 seed for Dutchtown this year is their second highest. They were a 2 seed. The second year, Coach Shake Snyder took over the program. Last year, Dutchtown went on the road and won at Bastrop. Make that at Benton. I always call Benton Bastrop, but they won at Benton in the regional round. They swept Benton. And then they went to West Monroe, so a couple of back-to-back weekends in North Louisiana a year ago, and West Monroe ended up sweeping them. So Dutchtown in 2 of their 4 innings, Mike, has had a chance. They were that 2 seed back in 2009, and they made it to the state championship game where they lost to North Shore 7-2. You know, you got to give Polk credit. When Dutchtown is threatened, he has really went to work.
Yeah, he buckled down, but another high-stress inning for him. You know, we talked about how quick and efficient he was the inning prior. That inning right there, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, if you're a boxer and it doesn't look like you're losing, but you took a bunch of body shots, right? You come out, you know, you're still good. And we've seen both Monso and Polk have an inning like that so far.
Well, here is Nolan Tribble to lead it off in the bottom of the fourth. Swings at the first pitch. Elijah Winters and Brant Monaster will follow. This is the three football players, the first three hitters here in this inning. A ball, a strike, the count now. Tribble reached on an error. Actually got an infield single, advanced on an error. Boy, just lays that pitch in for a called strike.
He took something off of that pitch right there.
So Alonso works ahead. Might have overthrew that pitch, and it's 2-2. These teams have one common opponent. They both played Santamon. Ball hit in the left field, but the left fielder is right there. Started back, and then Ethan Mayo came in to make the grab. Hit it on the button, but that's out number one.
Yeah, the top spin look kind of the ones that are hit right at you with some velocity are the toughest ones to judge out there in the outfield. You see Mayo kind of stutter step. That ball probably had a little top spin on it. You could tell by the way he caught it for the first out.
Here's Elijah Winters, takes a pitch outside for a ball. Ponchatoula beats Santamon back on the 8th of March, 3-1 at Reimers and Hammond. Dutchtown swept Santamon in district play on April 12th and 14th, 5-0 and 4-1. Santamon, as you may have heard, headed to the quarterfinals. They've got their hands full. Quite a year that they have had for Coach Brandon Bravada, but they have now going to go up against that immovable object, the Bard Bucks.
Yeah, tough draw. I mean, they made pretty quick work of Live Oak in that second round. They won both games, I think 3-1 and then 5-3.
Called strike. Santamon is 31-6 on the year.
Yeah, but at some point, I mean, if you want the title, it's going to go through Barb.
1-2 pitch is a little bit too far outside, and it's 2-2. This is the right fielder, Elijah Winters. Fouled out trying to get a bunt down, popped up to Ickes in foul territory. Skies this one to left field. Mayo camps under it. And that's 2 away, so a couple of flyouts to left field. And that will now bring up Brant Monaster, who also reached on an error back in the second inning.
Mayo getting a little bit of work this inning so far. Gets another one, he'll tie a record, right? 3 putouts in the same inning.
Yep. Miss downstairs. Couple of walks last inning for the Green Wave. That ball hit hard back up the middle and by Monso. Past the diving Pyron. And Monaster put a good swing on that one and picks up the third hit for the Green Wave.
Yeah, he did. Ball right, pretty much right down the middle, belt high. Monaster short, quick to it, got the barrel. Just shot it right back up the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, I would think, Mike, that was one of the few mistakes that Monso has made this afternoon. That ball was caught way too much plate.
Yeah, too much plate. I mean, you still could have had, it may have been the right pitch in the right situation, but just missed your location by a little bit.
Landon Rayford takes a pitch for a called strike. He struck out his first time up, one of 2 strikeout victims for Monso. Well, I tell you what, Brant Monaster for a middle linebacker we hear is as good as he was, or is. Put a pretty good baseball swing on that last pitch that he saw.
Strong kid.
0-2 now the count. Rayford, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Ponchatoula. We're scoreless. Griffins needing 1 win to advance. They would host Central. Ponchatoula needs to win 2 to go to Central. 3 pitches, and that'll do it. Second time today that Rayford has struck out. We are now through 4 and scoreless as you watch the E-Tail make that the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Back at Griffin Park in Geismar on the campus of Dutchtown High School, I'm Lyall Boudreaux along with Mike Mohler. Glad you could join us on a Sunday afternoon. Got a pretty good pitchers duel going. Lakin Polk has allowed 2 hits. Nathan Monso for Dutchtown has allowed 3 hits. 8-9-1 due up as we go to the 5th. This is Caleb Ickes, and he swings at the first pitch, hits it in the left center field, and that's going to be a leadoff hit for Ickes. And the Griffins have something working in the 5th.
Yeah, Ickes jumps all over that first pitch fastball, and not getting a lot of those. We've seen Polk start these Griffin hitters off with some breaking balls a lot.
And this is going to be A.K. Burrell. So A.K. Burrell, one of the Dutchtown football players. Caleb Ickes actually is a football player for Dutchtown who just got that hit. Well, we got some football players out here today.
It's all about being the multi-sport athletes.
Yeah.
They just complement each other's sport tremendously.
Lakin Polk looks in. He's trying to get a new baseball because anything hit in the outfield on the ground is going to probably have to be thrown out because it's going to be wet. I would be shocked if Reuben Williams is not bunting in this spot.
Bunting, or do you give AK maybe a pitch or two to try to steal a bag?
The way this game is going, I would let him try to steal, but that's just me. Showed bunt, pulled it back, pitch was high, 1-0 the count. So A.K. Burrell pinch running for Caleb Ickes, who just picked up the 3rd hit of the day for Dutchtown as we play in the top of the 5th. Reuben bounced out to 3rd his first time up. Speaking of 3rd, Cole Landry in on the grass expecting a bunt, and that pitch is away.
You see Polk right there go to the quick pitch. I mean, it's do or die. He's kind of caught in between right now. Does he think Burrell's going to try to steal this bag, or is it going to be a flat-out bunt? Kind of taking away what he's trying to do here. If you're going to bunt, let him bunt it, get an out, right?
Williams showed bunt that time, then called time. I don't know, like the way this game is played out, and this is just my opinion, I don't know if I wouldn't try to steal a bag.
Yeah, I would. I agree.
Because I don't know.
To steal a bag.
I'm not sure with these pitchers how many hits you're going to string together.
Right.
Ball 3.
Everything's off right here, right? 3-0.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if I wouldn't take 2 pitches.
Right.
3-0 the count. Burrell, the pinch courtesy runner at first. Show bunt. That pitch looked like it could have been outside, but a strike called. It's 3-1.
Yeah, you see Jones kind of reach out there and bring that one back in. Sometimes those 3-0 pitches, if they're close, they're automatic.
Well, we've seen that pitch called a strike today, though.
Yeah, we have.
When it wasn't a 3-0 count. Shows bunt, takes it, and a called strike.
He hadn't called that one all day. That's the one that's up in the zone right there.
Yeah, that's been a ball all day.
Wow.
And he's hearing it now from the Dutchtown crowd.
And mind you, it's for both sides too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been a consistent play.
Yeah.
Let's see if this will be an action pitch. Runner at first. Oh, they got him picked off, and he's out. 3-1 pitch. They called it a strike on a borderline pitch, and the next, before another pitch is called, look at this pickoff play right there. That was close.
Wow. Yeah, that was close. But 3-2, Burrell's probably going on the pitch. Can't let that happen. You got to wait till the pitcher is delivering that ball to the plate before you take off.
Payoff pitch. Line drive speared by the third baseman. Ruben hit a missile, and Cole Landry speared it for the second out.
Wow, that ball's absolutely smoked. Williams gets this ball middle in, pulls the hands in, smokes it, and Landry just, as high as he can jump, stabs it out of the air.
So what was developing into a potential big inning for Dutchtown, all of a sudden now it's 2 outs and nobody on. You had a leadoff base hit, then a picked off at first was Burrell, the courtesy runner, and Ruben Williams lines one to a jumping Cole Landry for the second out.
Yeah, if you're the Griffins, you're two pitches away from having first and second, no outs, and then you turn around 2 pitches later and you got 2 outs.
Chases a ball on the count now 1-1, but I do agree with you on that 3-1 pitch. That has been a ball all day. You know, we've talked about the outside pitch that's been gone. It's been calling out a strike, but not that pitch up around the belt. Here is a fly ball right side. Right fielder going to give chase, but it's going to fall in foul territory. Good effort by Lyall Winters, but that ball ends up foul. And the count's going to be a ball and 2 strikes on Cooper Daly. And we're playing here in the top of the 5th of a scoreless ball game.
Got a good one. Kind of what we thought was going to happen between the 2 pitchers when we see it on paper, right?
You know, they played yesterday was a 4-3 ball game. Dutchtown had to come from behind late to win. 2-2 to count. Well, this crowd is into this ball game. They are in on every pitch.
Every pitch.
So 2-2 count to Daly. Poke works. Got him swinging. That is strikeout number 4. So it started out good, a base hit. And we're going to move now to the bottom of the 5th. It's still scoreless between Dutchtown and Ponchatoula. And, well, there's 2 Ascension Parish teams still left in Class 5A playoff baseball, and let's take a look at it.
Yeah, that's how they got there. You see number 3, Dutchtown Griffins, coming in at 32-3 in the by-district round, defeated Slidell 9-2. And then in the regionals, first game yesterday against the same Ponchatoula Green Wave, defeated them 4-3 to take a 1-game lead in this series. And then Santa Maria Gators come in as the number 8 seed, 31-6 on the season. Their by-district round, they defeated Chalmette 11-0, and they wrapped up their regionals yesterday as they swept Live Oak 3-1 and 5-2. Next on to number 1 Barb.
Yeah, Santa Maria got great pitching throughout their 3 games so far, and especially over the weekend against Live Oak. I mean, their pitching just shut it down. Jacob Myers on Friday, and then yesterday Dallas Moran. And they just closed the door on Live Oak. Never really gave them a chance.
Yeah, tough. I mean, what do you see? Live Oak scored 3 runs in the entire, or the 2 out of 3 game set there. It's kind of what you expect out of Myers and Moran. We know they're going to fill up the zone. They have really good stuff. They're going to be tough to beat.
Well, it's going to be 9-1-2. Braden Perrin, L.J. Whittaker, Brant Jones against Nathan Monceau. And that'll be a called strike. Perrin flied out to right field to Colin Dupree, his first time up. Monceau works in a hurry. This is the fly ball to center field. Ruben Williams comes in. He dives, and he caught it. Ruben Williams in center field makes the diving catch to rob Perrin of a single.
God, that is one of the toughest plays for a center fielder to come in and charge that ball, just scoop it right off of the turf there. As you see Ruben, great jump on that ball. Never a doubt in his mind, just 100%. I'm going to catch that ball as he saw it off the bat. If he has any indecision there, he doesn't get to it.
You know what surprised me about that catch? Normally, when you see a ball in the gap or whatever, For some reason, it looks like it just hangs up. That ball was sinking the whole way.
Yeah, looked like it had a little bit of topspin on it.
First pitch to L.J. Whitaker is a ball. Next pitch, ball 2. L.J. has hit a little looping liner to second base to Grant Morrison and bounced out to third to Tanner Vadney. He's ahead in the count now at 2-0. And that pitch misses. It's 3-0. One out, bottom of the 5th. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Each team has 3 hits on the day. Each team has also struck out 3 times. Each team has also walked twice. This is a fly ball to right field. Right fielder calling all the way. Camped under it. Colin Dupree second out, so a good job by Monso to come back.
Yeah, working back and find himself 3-0, throws a pipe shot to get back to 3-1, but makes a great pitch right there to get Whitaker to fly out.
Looking ahead to the 6th for Dutchtown, they're going to be 2, 3, 4 in the batting order. This is Brant Jones. Little tardy on that swing, fouls it off. Jones has bounced to second to Morrison and also walked. The courtesy runner for him was thrown out stealing after the walk. That curveball didn't curve, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, flew open a little bit right there, left it arm side.
Off the mid of Ickes, and it's 2-1. The lower seed is always the home team in the second game of the 3-game regional and quarterfinal matchups. This ball is smoked in the left field, a one-hopper in front of Mayo, and that is a 2-out base hit for Brant Jones, the 4th of the day for Ponchatoula, and we'll get Crawford as a courtesy runner again. Actually, that's Brant Jones will stay in as a runner.
Yeah, he stayed last time.
That's right, he sure did. Too. And he was the one thrown out. I forgot the courtesy runner was for the pitcher.
Yeah. Good piece of hitting right there by Jones. 2-1, got a fastball inside. Do exactly what you're supposed to do. Come unglued, got the barrel to it, and hit a rocket in the left field.
Lakin Polk has reached both times today, a single and a walk. His single went the other way in the left center field. And that first pitch is a called strike. So Jones, the base runner at first base with 2 outs in the inning. Both these pitchers today, in addition to being very good high school pitchers, seniors, they're also good hitters.
Yeah, Monso's got 2 of the 3 hits for the Griffins.
Count even now at a ball and a strike. Good lead by Jones at first. 2-1 the count. Couple of flyouts, then a base hit.
That pitch looked a little different from Monso there. I don't know if he dropped down or was just a little bit, tried to be a little quicker to the plate.
Jones with his lead off at first. Didn't get the call on a belt high pitch, and like you said, that's been a ball all day.
All day. All day. I don't know if you're a hitter, how do you lay off that, especially 2-1. That's a pitch up in the zone you'd be looking to take a whack at.
Jones back ahead of Monso's throw to first.
3-1 pitch here, you want to be careful. That's a perfect pitch right there, 3-1.
So the count runs full now on the pitcher. Lakin Polk for Ponchatoula.
Actually a good take by Polk too there. It's a pitcher's pitch.
Runner will be off. It's going to be a pop-up. Mayo is camped under it. Mayo has got it. So Monso comes back to retire a poke. We're now through 5. It's getting interesting. We're scoreless right here on the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Lyall Boudreaux along with Mike Mohler. We are back at Griffin Park where we have seen a dandy pitching duel. Dutchtown and Ponchatoula in Game 2 of this best-of-3 regional round playoff series. We are scoreless as we head to inning number 6. 4 hits for Ponchatoula, 3 hits for Dutchtown. And Mike, so far, neither pitcher has flinched, really, so to speak.
Well, we've seen some really efficient innings, really, 3 up, 3 downs, get out of there quick, and then we've seen them both run into some trouble, but wiggle their way out of it, as good pitchers typically do.
Well, if Ponchatoula can win this game, there will be a Game 3 to follow. Dutchtown wins this game, they will advance to this week's game in the quarterfinals when they will host Central. Big inning right now for Dutchtown and for Ponchatoula. Colin Dupree, Tanner Vadney, and Will DeLone due up. Dupree today has popped to short and struck out. Colin is committed to South Carolina. Shows bunt, bunts it foul. Colin started today hitting .316.
Not a bad idea right there. Landry wasn't that far back, probably a little maybe behind the base, but he's drawn him in now with that first attempt for sure.
Popped him up in the infield. Who wants it? Second baseman's going to make the call, and making the grab is Braden Perrin, and that is quickly out number 1.
Yeah, looked like Dupree got out in front of that ball a little bit. Looked like he was down in the zone. Just kind of got out in front of it.
So the batter now, Tanner Vadney. Tanner walked in the first. Bounced out in the 4th. Tanner's been batting third all year long for this Dutchtown team. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Tanner leads the Griffins in runs scored, home runs, RBIs, sacrifice flies. Wow, that pitch called strike. I'm just wondering why that is a strike there, but I don't think Monso's got that pitch today. This is a line drive, smoked right at the shortstop triple. That is 2 in 2 innings that have been smoked. Reuben Williams hit a blast right at the third baseman. So they're barreling some pitches up with nothing to show.
That pitch, I mean, you see the way Tribble caught that. It was like behind him. I think it got on him a little bit quicker than he anticipated, but Vadney put a good swing on that ball.
2 outs. The batter now will be Will DeLone. First pitch is high. We'll take a look at the seniors on this Dutchtown team. Dutchtown historically has had a high number of seniors, over 10 every year, and this year is no different. Very senior, junior-oriented team. Matter of fact, only one sophomore as DeLone swings and misses, and the count now 1-1. These teams played yesterday. It was a late run by Dutchtown to win 4-3. And DeLone hits a weak infield pop-up here And the second baseman, Braden Perrin, is going to catch 2 of the outs, 2 pop-ups in the inning. And for the heart of the order for Dutchtown, did not do much there. 3 up and 3 down. We go now to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless, as we take a look and recognize the seniors for Dutchtown.
Yeah, like you said, there's a good bit of them there. We're going to start with Nick Gisclair, Colin Dupree, Caleb Ickes, Ethan Mayo, Tanner Vadney, Max Pierce, and Grant Morrison. And then we have Nathan Monso, Treg Arbino, Will DeLong, Alec Rutherford, Ty Quibido, Kyle Robinson, and Ruben Williams. We'll round out all of the 14 Griffin seniors.
Looking ahead now to the bottom of the 6th, 4, 5, 6 due up for Ponchatoula. You know, Dutchtown's had some good swings today.
Yeah.
But boy, they have hit them right at. The GPS has been a little off for the Griffins today.
Yeah, but that's what we love about this game, right? I mean, if you see both teams have had chances. Right?
Yep.
They both have traffic on the bases, and neither one has capitalized quite yet. A couple little blunders, maybe some good pitches, some good executed pitches. But then we've also seen a few hard-hit balls that won't find any holes as well.
How important was that second inning for both teams? A leadoff double for Monso, a single and a throwing error for Ponchatoula. Both had runners at second and nobody out, and unable to do anything with it. This is Cole Landry. Cole is 0 for 2 today, leading it off. He'll be followed by Nolan Tribble and then Elijah Winters. Scoreless, bottom of the 6th. Boy, Landry's feet were shuffling on that breaking ball, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, where Monso dropped that in just on that outside black.
Missed down and away, and it's 1-2. Landry struck out in the first, flied out in the third to right field. Wooden chase, it's 2-2. 4 hits for the Green Wave. They're the 14 seed, Dutchtown the 3 seed. This is a fly ball to right field. Dupree drifts to his left. Had it all the way for out number 1. That ball was hit fairly well the other way.
Yeah, it was, and had a little cut on it as well. I was trying to watch Dupree's footwork out there, see if he might have got caught up in that sand trap out of there that they had to pour because of Mother Nature this morning.
Yeah, we had a deluge this morning out here at Griffin Park.
You never know it right now.
Nolan Tribble, the batter. First pitch, a ball. Tribble has reached on an infield single and flied out to left. Yeah, there was forecast didn't look good for the whole day, really. That ball is smoked right back up the middle in the center field for the 5th hit of the day for Ponchatoula.
Again, second pitch we've seen that Monso missed over the middle of the plate that's got hit right back up the box with some velocity.
But, you know, another thing, though, that you got to think about, it's one thing when the pitcher makes a mistake. It's another thing for the batter to capitalize.
Absolutely. I mean, it very easily could have tried to pull that ball and rolled over to short or third or even been a little late.
And looks like Tribble might have jammed his shoulder or his fingers. See, it's not a good sight at first base because Tribble is in pain. I don't know if it was a finger. Boy, that is not a good situation. Let's see if we can get a good look on our lower camera at first base. But you could tell immediately the first base coach, which is his older brother, Nathan. Immediately, yeah, you can see right there. That's
usually a dislocated shoulder when you see him going back in there like that. Yeah, he's grabbing his shoulders. You could see probably dislocated it. They'll just pop that right back in there. He'll be in some pain, though.
You think?
Yeah, for sure. I'm telling you that is not comfortable.
So that's Nolan Tribble, who was just trying to get back to the bag.
Yeah, the thing that concerns me is I think it was his right shoulder, right?
Yeah.
That's.
You know, I just wonder, Mike. I've umpired games on artificial turf, but it's always been with real dirt.
Right.
I just wonder, with this being an artificial dirt as well, I just wonder, does it give when you try to dive back in, or do you have more of a tendency to stick?
I don't know. I would think. I mean, it's kind of that synthetic feel.
Yeah.
I mean, they've come leaps and bounds from when, we know the turf, like Astrodome turf back in the day.
Right.
And it is a longer blade.
Yeah.
And it's a little more slick, so I would think. Yeah, popped it right back in there.
Wow.
There you go. Unfortunately, it's going to be sore tomorrow. Like I said, you thought that was funny, but it's going to be sore tomorrow. Unfortunately, you see that happen a lot with these players diving head first back into any bag.
But that wouldn't affect his throwing?
100% it would. You see, he's got the little oven mitt. That's why when I didn't think it was going to be a finger at first, because that's what he's wearing to protect that.
Yeah, this is Nolan Tribble, the shortstop. There's his dad, Scott, the head coach. His brother, Nathan, is the first base coach. So he's got his whole family right there.
Yeah.
His dad, Scott, played at Southeastern. Came to Southeastern, played college baseball from the panhandle of Florida, and just never went back home. Or at least to live.
Yeah.
Stayed in the Hammond area. And that young man was also the quarterback on that outstanding Ponchatoula team this year. They made it to the finals in 5A. Lost to Zachary 28-20. Well, when he went down, I never thought he would stay in the game.
Yeah, because he didn't move.
No.
Like it was a little scary there at first, actually.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I thought, this is not good. We're going to be here a while. There's one out. Tribble, the runner, at first base. Oh, that's almost not fair.
Right. That's like throwing a fastball in right after the hitter bangs one off his foot or his shin.
Yeah. Elijah Winters, the batter. This ball is cranked foul. You notice that Ponchatoula is starting to get better swings.
Yeah. Yeah, our third time through the lineup.
That's a good point. Winters just a little quick on that swing. Grounded toward third, foul. Looked like he tried to go with a curveball that time, but it didn't have much bite to it.
Not much bite, but I think the fact that it was of the velocity change, it was so much slower than his fastball, got Winters way out in front of that ball.
Winters, the young man, that's going to go to Nichols. He's a defensive back. Monso stretch, pitch, down and away. One and two the count. Monas there, the on-deck hitter. Tried to curve it again, but it goes outside.
Good stop right there by Ickes. So many times you see those catchers on those one lead, down on one leg, kind of trying to pick everything these days. Not the case for Ickes. Slid over there, got his entire chest in front of that ball. Wasn't going anywhere.
Got him. 2-2 fastball that time. Gave him a steady diet of off-speed stuff and came back with the fastball.
Yep, slowed him down and sped him up. Kept the breaking ball, the slower pitch down in the zone, and then got him with that fastball. Sometimes it doesn't have to have a lot of velocity, but just the speed change makes it look so much harder. Tough to catch up to.
That's the fourth strikeout of the day for Monso. And it now brings up Brant Monaster, who had a good at-bat his last time up when he singled.
Yeah, we saw him shoot that ball right back up the middle. Good short swing.
Both pitchers still rolling along as we play here in the 6th. Ponchatoula needs to win 2. Dutchtown needs 1 win. Curveball misses outside. It's 2-0. Good high school baseball game today. A good old-fashioned pitchers duel we've got today.
Great game.
Both pitchers have brought their A game. Polk had pitched on Monday against Benton. Monso had pitched on Tuesday against Lyall in the playoffs. Foul back and out of play.
I got away with one right there. Same spot as that last pitch. He got the base hit up on, maybe just a little bit higher in the zone. Monastery couldn't quite get to it.
Tell you what, Monastery takes a pretty good looking swing.
I mean, that was a 2-0 hack. That's what you want to see, right?
Chased one. Going to go foul. Dupree's going to give it a look. Gives it a chase, and it's out of play, and the count will be 2-2. $83 degrees this afternoon out here at Griffin Park. Saw a lot of rain this morning. Well, about 9 o'clock this morning, had to have all the lights on in the house. It was so dark. Isn't that something?
It was like a Wizard of Oz scene when it came through.
2-2 count. One runner at first, 2 away. Slow topper third base. Vadnais going to have to hurry. Throw to first. Got him by about a half step. Vadnais loaded it up, threw him out, and 1 hit and a runner left on base. We're headed to the 7th inning in this game, too. We're scoreless on the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank SEC Heating and Cooling, Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation for their support of our sports medicine program.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now REV. New name, same company.
Well, we're on to inning number 7 out here at Griffin Park, and we're still scoreless. These two teams have battled. Dutchtown with 3 hits, 5 hits for Ponchatoula. Both teams have had some opportunities, not a whole lot though, but they've had some chances.
So it looks like Perrin moved to third base. Cole Lander goes from third to short. I think we have a new second baseman.
So Tribble is out of the game at shortstop?
Yeah. Cole Landry is there.
At short?
Yes, number 4.
Pitcher number 16, Nathan
And then number 3,
Monso.
Perrin moves from second to third. We just need to get a number there on that second baseman.
Monso pops the first pitch up toward foul territory, and it will go past the dugout for Dutchtown's dugout, out of play. Monso had a big swing in the second inning when he doubled off the right field wall. Griffin's unable to do anything with it, though. Grounds this one right side, fielded by the first baseman. The race to the bag, and Landon Rayford will get the out. And Lakin Polk continues.
Shortstop number 2, Pearson Pyron.
His mastery pitching a 3-hitter with only 3 strikeouts. Griffins have put the ball in play. Here's Pearson Pyron, a sacrifice and a fielder's choice. Takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Ball 2. Pyron will be followed by Grant Morrison. Dutchtown won yesterday 4-3. Hits have been at a premium in this series. This is a ground ball to third. Perrin backs up on it. Throw him out at first. 2 away. Got to give Ponchatoula credit. They have made the plays in the infield.
Made that one look simple, too. That was kind of an in-between hop, as a top spin. Perrin just took the one little drop step, caught it about bell high, made a good throw to first base.
That'll bring up now Grant Morrison.
15, Grant Morrison.
First pitch, a called strike. Grant, 2 of the 3 strikeout victims, or 2 of the 3 strikeouts picked up by Lake and Polk today. And this line drive right at Cole Landry. Another line drive out and a 3-up, 3-down inning as we now get ready to go to the bottom half of inning number 7.
Going to the bottom of the 7th.
So a run here will do it, as Ponchatoula will have 8, 9, and 1 due up. As you see, no score going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Only 5 base runners. And question marks on our upcoming games. This, of course, depending on whether or not Dutchtown wins and hosts Central next week. You can watch our games on Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel. Those of you watching today on our YouTube channel, hope you're enjoying our telecast. And what a game it has been, as it has been 2 good baseball teams playing a high school baseball game today.
Yes, it has. Quite the pitcher's duel. We talked about it early before we even threw a pitch today, how we expected these 2 pitchers to kind of go at it, and both of them have answered the call.
So it looks like Ethan Laurent is going to be a pinch hitter to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Laurent has been doing some DHing for
leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for Ponchatoula.
The Green Wave. Just didn't get the call today.
Ethan Laurent.
He may be the player that went into second base, but I couldn't see his number from our vantage point here when he was out there.
Ethan was 1 for 2 yesterday. First pitch in the bottom of the 7th, a called strike from Monso. So Laurent batting for Rayford. Curveball called strike 2. Big hop for Vadnais. Takes his time. 1 away.
A high chopper right there for Vadnais. Knew exactly he wanted to come get that big hop. If he sits back just a little bit, he's going to get that in between ball that will actually play him. He'll charge that hop immediately to make that play look easy.
Braden Perrin now at third base. Started the game at second base. Flied out twice today. Swings and misses. So Nolan Tribble, the shortstop who jammed his shoulder, is now out of the ball game. Boy, it's not easy to lose your shortstop, especially if you considering if Ponchatoula wins, you got another ball game to play.
Absolutely.
And although
maybe a little different if he would have been his left arm.
2 away.
But for sure, it being his right arm, it's not going to be the outcome of that's not going to be very good.
I'm not sure if it was the velocity on that pitch or the way it popped the mitt of Ickey's, but that ball sounded loud. That's now 5 strikeouts for Monso. And we go topside to L.J. Whittaker. 2 outs here in the 7th. Boy, that pitch has just not been a strike all day. And it looks like it's at the belt.
Yeah. Must be our angle.
2-0. L.J. Whittaker today has lined out, grounded out, and flied out. Three and 0. You got a threat to run if he gets on base, and that's a called strike. It's 3-1. Taking all the way, Brant Jones, the catcher, would be next. Monso works. High ball 4. Third walk given up by Monso. And that's the winning run right now at first base with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Brant Jones, who has a 1-for-2 day today. He has walked and singled his last time up.
Yeah, if you're the Green Wave here, do you sit back and wait for a couple knocks, or are you sending Whittaker immediately?
Well, it's almost like you with house money right now because you're guaranteed to go extra innings.
You're the home team, correct.
Even if you were to get thrown out, and now we're going to get a timeout as Coach Troy Tomplay, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a talk with his senior right-hander, Monso. I'm sure going over some strategy here as well. Coach Scott Tribble is also going to take this opportunity to talk to his batter and his base runner. Wheels are turning right now.
No doubt. I mean, you're do or die time here. This runner on first base scores. It's ball game, right?
Yep.
Chess match begins.
So with 2 outs, L.J. Whittaker, the base runner at first. The batter is Brant Jones. We're in the bottom of the 7th. There is no score. This is game 2 of the best-of-3. Dutchtown won yesterday 4-3. Dutchtown had a runner picked off earlier back in the 5th inning after a leadoff single. That looms large here. Ooh, got him. Oh, no, they call him safe. Boy, it looked like he was going to be out, but Whittaker somehow got back safely.
I don't know if maybe DeLong missed a tag there or something, but.
See if we got a replay on that. We'll check out the replay after this pitch. Show bunt. There goes the runner. Throw down to second base will be not in time. Pyron a little low. They're going to call catcher. They're going to call batter's interference. They're going to say that Jones, the catcher, interfered, and Scott Tribble, the head coach, is not going to like that call.
Whoa.
You can see Scott Tribble is getting into it with the home plate umpire. Now he's going to show him what he did, and now he's been thrown out of the game. And now he's going to get his money's worth.
Bottom of the 7th inning.
Having a little bit of excitement going on right now for sure.
We've got extra base called.
Boy, Coach Tribble is some upset. You know, well, let's go ahead and I thought that there was a little bit. I'm not sure that there was enough. Let's go ahead and take a look at the play as you're going to see what happens here. There was no contact.
But did he go across the base?
Well, we don't have the replay.
Yeah, I was looking. Caleb Ickes looked like he came up through, got rid of the ball really quick.
I think what the batter did, Jones did, is I think he just kind of hung around. I don't think he forced it. He just kind of hung around a little bit. But we don't have the replay of it.
But can you do that? I mean, you don't have to move if you're in the box, right?
Well, what they teach you is rarely is it called anymore. What they teach catchers to do is make contact.
Right, okay.
Make contact, because then you're putting it in the umpire's hands. Like now you got to make a call.
Right.
But I didn't see contact.
Yeah. No, there was a play like that at LSU's softball yesterday. I don't know if you saw that game.
No.
Where the girl made contact with somebody trying to turn to its shortstop and just just barely touch her, and they called her out for interference. You know.
Boy, what a huge call that was. But the home plate umpire, he called it immediately. And so we're going to now go trying to figure out who gets the put out there. Well, the runner's going to be called out. So that'll be the third out of the inning, and we're going to go now to extra innings. And it's going to be Ickes, Williams, and Daly. And I'll say this.
Man, if this crowd wasn't sparked up before.
This crowd is fired up now.
Whoa.
Another question that I don't know the answer to. Can he come back and coach if there's a Nucks game? First pitch is a called strike.
I don't think so.
I don't really know the answer to that.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Ickes is 1 for 2 today. Ball. Boy, that pitch looked like it was right there. But the thing, well, that was pretty much a quick hook.
Yeah.
That was a quick hook. Ball 2. And I'll say the reason it was a quick hook was because it was such a huge play.
Right. That's what
I mean. You got a runner on second, which is the winning run, and you make that call, you're going to almost have to allow the coach to vent a little bit.
Yeah, I get that too. And, I mean, it's got to be completely blatant, right, to make that call, especially in that situation.
3-1.
You always see, man, like that's not the call you make at that time of the game, right?
Right. But my point is once you make that call, you got to expect you're going to get some argument.
Right.
Ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk. And right now, you kind of wonder if maybe Lake and Polk and Ponchatoula is a little shaken, as now time's going to be called as we're going to get A.K. Burrell. Oh, now they're going to send him back, as Ickes is going to be courtesy run for. Well, no, now they're going to talk about it, as you're going to have Reuben Williams. As there you go again now, do you do the sacrifice here?
Or when do you do it, right?
Right.
I guess that's a better question.
Well, let's take a look.
We haven't seen, I don't think we've seen Jones throw yet today. Has he been tested?
I don't think so. Burrell has 5 steals on the year. And Craddock, who normally is the courtesy runner, also has 5. But A.K. Burrell has been picked off today.
Yeah.
Reuben Williams last time up, he might have hit a ball as hard as anybody has today, but it was right at the third baseman, who was then at the time Cole Landry, who's now at shortstop.
Yeah, that was that 3-2 fastball after that 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, right. Good point. So the go-ahead run is now at first. Yeah. Throw over.
Not a big lead over there this time quite yet.
No. And, and if it's a close play at second, that could be the difference.
Right.
So Reuben Williams at the plate. They're going to pick again at first. Yeah, the new first baseman is left-handed. If we can maybe get a shot, well, let's see. It's number 26, so that is Ethan Laurent.
Left-handed thrower, right-handed hitter.
Well, those normally don't work out, do they, Mike Mohler?
It did for Ricky Henderson.
Bunt by Williams, and it is a dandy. Going to be a tough play at first, and they got him, but nobody is at third. And Burrell goes all the way to third base. What a play by the third baseman, Perrin. That was an outstanding play. Watch the replay here.
Wow, yeah. I mean, we see Burrell rounding third. Round to second. Immediately picks up nobody's covering third base. Great job by him. But, Perrin, that play right there, Ruben's got to be one of the fastest kids in the state. I was about to say it was a borderline perfect bunt right there. Great play.
I don't really know how Perrin got him.
Great play.
Because the bunt that time just looked like it was just Ruben with his speed. Well, this is going to bring up Cooper Daly. The go-ahead run is at first base. Cooper Daly has 10 RBIs. There would be none bigger on the season for him if he could drive home Burrell. Shows bunt, bunted it foul. Safety squeeze was on.
Like it. Got the infield in.
Yeah, they were coming in on the corners. So that allowed Burrell the movement that he could go if he wanted to.
Yeah, and if you're Daly, you got to get something elevated or something hard on the ground. Typically they say, I don't know if this is true or not, but when you pull the infield in, it raises the hitter's batting average 100 points.
Shows bunt again. Outside. Daly has bounced to third, bounced to second, and struck out, so he's 0 for 3 today. The third walk of the day right now has given Dutchtown a chance. Foul back. Boy, he had a rip.
Yes, he did.
Fouled it back. Now the pressure on Daly as he's behind in the count at 1-2.
Probably just bought himself one of those breaking balls
Yep.
we've seen Polk go to in pretty much every situation.
Lead runner at third. Too far off the plate. It's 2-2.
That pitch was like 2 feet outside. It was one of those almost non-competitive pitches.
Right.
When you're heading the count.
But to the fans, they're all competitive right now. 2-2. Foul back. Boy, good cut by Daly. Fouled it back. Count stays 2-2. Yeah, I would look for another one of those sweepers right here.
Yep. If you're Polk, don't miss over the plate here with the base open.
And he got him swinging, struck him out. What a huge strikeout. Only the fourth of the day, but you talk about at the right time, and that's 2 away.
Man, I don't know what that pitch is. It's got to be a changeup or a split or something because it doesn't have the tilt that his breaking ball has, but it's got a lot of down on it, and it's off speed.
Daly swung right through it. The batter now will be Colin Dupree. Collins 0 for 3 today, lined out to second his last time up. They got Burrell to third with less than 2 outs, but he's still there now with 2 away. Fair ball down the line. Dutchtown's got the lead, and Dupree's heading to second. He hesitated, but he's there, and Dutchtown's on top, 1-0. That ball just snuck inside the bag at first base.
Wow, and Dupree just jumped all over that first pitch fastball. Got it down and in. Finally something he got the barrel to. Just like you said, he just squeaks that ball in between Laurent and the baseline for a double to pick up that RBI, which, as of now, is the difference maker.
There you see it right there, just inside the bag. Looking ahead, Ponchatoula is going to be at the heart of their order. 2, 3, and 4 will be due up. Runner at second base now with 2 outs. Vatney, ground ball, base hit. Dupree's going to be sent home. The throw to the plate will be cut off. Throw back to first, and they threw it away. Vatney is going to go to second. Ball is out of play. And now I think they're going to send Vatney to third. Did that throw hit our cameraman, or? Because they immediately killed it.
Well, I can see him. He's still standing over there.
Batting for the Griffins, first baseman number 24.
So back-to-back magic. a double, and now a single. And all the way to third is Vadnais. So Dutchtown's RBI leader picks up his biggest one of the year. He's now got 42.
But we've seen it from Vadnais in almost every Dutchtown game we've done. Big hit after big hit after big hit.
And base, that's going to be a base hit because I don't think they would have ever had a play at first base. And all of a sudden, the Dutchtown faithful is going crazy.
Yeah, they are. And Dupree's ball, we should see it again there. It was a tough play right there for Landry coming straight across. I don't know if it got Will DeLone anyway on a clean grab, but we've seen so many line drives that have been caught, hit it right at people today. And like I said, Landry, Dupree's ball was hit hard, but then Vadnais' ball kind of squeaked through the infield there, and you see Will DeLone right there, little infield base hit. Some of the ones that aren't hit as hard are the ones that make the difference.
Now a wild pitch, and it's just falling apart for Ponchatoula now. As they have put together 3 hits in the inning. At second base is Will DeLone on the first wild pitch for Polk. What a game we have had.
Polk's done everything you can ask for him.
Yeah.
He's fourth time through the lineup now. Right? He's into the 8th inning. He's into extra innings. 4th time through the lineup. But if you're Ponchatoula, you have to win this game.
Ground ball left side. Shortstop's throw to first base is going to be in time, and that will retire the side. We're going to keep it right here. Let's see, for Dutchtown, let's total this up. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and 1 runner was left on base. And as we recap it, Mike, it was a leadoff walk to Caleb Ickes. A.K. Burrell pinch ran. Then the perfect bunt by Reuben Williams, and Burrell all the way to third on the put out at first. Then Daly struck out.
Yeah.
And then the first pitch to Colin Dupree snuck inside the bag at first base for a double. Then a single by Vadnais. Then a single by Will DeLone. And while all of that was happening, 3 runs have scored. And right now you got the Green Wave chasing 4 runs as you see Coach Chris Shakespeare looking to go back-to-back years into the quarterfinals. And the difference this time is the quarterfinals for the first time ever would be here at Griffin Park, because the other times that Dutchtown has been in the quarterfinals, it's been the state tournament, and that's been at state tournament sites, not local home park sites. So this would be their first quarterfinal, and Central will be the opponent. We already know that.
Yeah, you're right. Just to recap that inning, if you think about it, Lake and Polk was about 6 inches from getting out of that inning without giving up a run. And then all of a sudden it's 3-0. You see a crooked number by the Griffins put up. If Laurent can just, if he gets one more little step towards that bag or the ball's hit a little bit more towards him, that's out number 3. And the Griffins lead another runner stranded at third base. But a couple big at-bats by the top of the order there from the Griffins.
Let me let me correct something. Brant Jones was called out, so he does not lead off this inning because he was out for interference. It wasn't the base runner. And Polk hits this ball a ton, and it's going to be in there for extra bases. A dive by Dupree, and he couldn't catch it. Williams backs it up, and it is a leadoff double, and that's going to bring the tying run to the on-deck circle. And Lake and Polk, I tell you what, Mike, I am impressed with that young man, both on the mound and at the plate.
You have to agree. It's so easy to fold 10 after an inning like that, knowing that you were just a couple inches of being back in your dugout to come and still have that concentration, put a really good swing on that ball for a double in the gap to lead it off for the Green Wave.
What's one of the things about him that I'm so impressed with is we got a new pitcher for Dutchtown.
Yep.
We'll get to that in a minute, but he does not take the mound to the plate or the plate to the mound.
Yeah, and that's typically why you don't see, it's so much easier to do that, let one affect the other, and you don't see a lot of that once you get past this high school level.
So this is Eli Fuselier pitching. So Eli Fuselier is the new pitcher for Dutchtown, so Monso must have been at his pitch limit. The batter now is Cole Landry. and he smokes one to third. Vadnais checks the runner, throw to first, that's one. Couldn't do anything more than that for Cole Landry. He hit the ball hard, but that ball had no bounce to it at all, but Vadnais stayed down on it. Even had the presence of mind to check the courtesy runner at second for the first out.
Yeah, that's that turf monster. You just it's kind of tough. You see it's hugging the ground the entire time, kind of waiting for that bad hop, but then you remember you're on turf, and you're probably not going to get a good play by Vadnais.
How about this? Nolan Tribble is going to come back in and bat. Talk about a gamer.
Gamer, absolute gamer.
First pitch to him is a called strike. Nolan today has got 2 singles and 3 at-bats. I'll say this, Mike. If Dutchtown wins it and sweeps, I have come away very impressed with this Ponchatoula baseball team.
Better believe it.
They are well coached. Called strike 2, it's 0-2. They play the game the right way. They're very well coached. Dutchtown hit some balls hard, but they made the plays.
Yeah, but up until last inning, the errant throw we saw,
right.
Maybe the missed coverage at third base right there. That's the only 2 mishaps we've seen them make, the entire day.
Didn't get the call, and the count's 1-2. Tried to work it out outside. Runner at second base. There's 1 out. Dutchtown's on top, 3-0. Popped it up. Who wants it? Morrison's calling for it. Morrison caught it. Well, I thought Dupree might have wanted to take charge on that, but Morrison, an over-the-shoulder catch, 2 away.
Yeah, that's the one that's the Bermuda Triangle over there. You have 3 people that could have probably caught it. You see Will DeLong peel off like he's the backpedal. He knows he's not supposed to catch that. You got, kind of in between Dupree and Morrison, who can get there the quickest, and Morrison got there.
So Ponchatoula now down to their final out, and it's Elijah Winters at the plate. There's a look at Elijah. Runner at second base. His ball hit well down the left field line, but the left fielder Mayo is there. He's got it, and Dutchtown in extra innings is going to win a hard-fought 3-0 ball game, and they will advance to the quarterfinals in the Class 5A state playoffs. What a ball game we saw today.
Well, I tell you, through 7 in the third innings, that's as good a game as you're going to see right there, right? I mean, like I said, Polk, unbelievable. Super impressed with him on the mound and at the dish. 4-time around through the lineup, tough for anybody. I don't care, you're getting tired, your pitch count's a little bit elevated, and then you see Ponchatoula just make a couple little mishaps there, and Dutchtown capitalized.
Well, in 8 innings, they had to go an extra inning before Dutchtown wins it by a final of 3-0 over Ponchatoula. Griffins are going to advance to the quarterfinal round. We've got a lot more to talk about. We'll be back. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com, RossDowningGonzales.com.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
The Tuttle Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Tata Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Tata Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call. You gotta call Tata.
Back at Griffin Park. Glad you're staying with us on the REV Game of the Week. What a game we saw today. Game 2 of this best-of-3 regional round contest between Dutchtown and Ponchatoula. The day began with Dutchtown needing one win to advance to the quarterfinals against Central. Ponchatoula needed to win 2. You see Coach Chris Shakesnyder talking to the team that won in 8 innings today, 3-0. And what a game it was. Colin Dupree ends up being the hitting hero with the RBI double that wins it. They tack on 2 more runs on RBIs by Tanner Vatney and Will DeLone. What a job by Nathan Monso. You know, all of the superlatives for Dutchtown, and you really got to feel for Lakin Polk because he threw his heart out in his final game for the Green Wave.
Absolutely. Pitched his heart out, had some great at-bats. Still no quit in that kid as he comes up, leads off the bottom half of that 8th inning with a double to, you know, keep his hopes alive for the Green Wave. But, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it was quite the momentum shift when we had the interference call, right? I mean,
yes.
Ponchatoula, if they, you know, base hit, scores a run, they win. And the reverse or the interference call reverses the momentum, gives it to Dutchtown. Right away, they walk the first hitter, you know, Polk walks Ickes or whatever, and then it kind of snowballs from there.
To recap it, a walk with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th to L.J. Whittaker. While he was on first base, he took off on the first pitch. Brant Jones, the 2-hitter, the catcher, was called batter interference. That triggered Coach Scott Tribble. Really got frustrated, which is certainly understandable in a call in that situation. There was a very quick ejection, and it just kind of unraveled. And that's something that you see because the players, you know, and this is not a criticism at all because it's certainly understandable what Coach Tribble did, but the players feed off of that, and I think that there was just enough of that loss of concentration, if you want to call it that just kind of threw the game a little bit.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was visible, right? I mean,
right.
you could see the momentum shift and whatever, and then sometimes, you know, you see coaches get thrown out, whether it be whatever sport, you know, and it kind of spurs on their team and they take it to another level, or it can work opposite on you. You know, I mean, it can be a distraction and just maybe a little lack of concentration. I'm not saying that's the case at all, but you definitely did see the momentum shift.
No doubt.
In a heartbeat to the Dutchtown dugout.
Well, this 14-seed Ponchatoula ball club, and we want to thank Coach Scott Tribble for all of his cooperation and providing us with information. And he's got a lot to be proud of because his team is a very, very good baseball team. They're going to lose some good players off of this ball club because they had some good senior leadership. But as Dutchtown wins it yesterday 4-3, they had to come from behind. They win today in 8 innings, 3-0. Let's now move on and look real quickly before we wrap this thing up. Central is going to come here, the Central Wildcats. Lyall McClure, a veteran coach. He is the head coach of the Central Wildcats. They've got 2 pitchers, Jimmy Johnson and DJ Primo. You're going to see, you know, 2 guys that's going to be right there just like the pitcher was today, Lakin Polk for Ponchatoula. I mean, these guys, they bring it.
Yeah, they bring it. I mean, the anticipation is going to be kind of like what this weekend turned out, right? I mean, both of these games, 1-run games, close the entire way and decided in the last inning, you know, for both of them. And I kind of anticipate that's going to be the case for the matchups against Central.
So these 2 teams went after it for 2 games. Dutchtown comes away with a 2-game sweep. The Griffins are now 33-3 on the year. Ponchatoula goes to 22-11. Dutchtown stays alive for the first time ever. They are going to host a quarterfinal baseball game right here at Griffin Park. And you're going to see Game 2 on the REV Game of the Week. We will be back out here for the 2nd game and the 3rd game if need be. That'll be coming up. We think it's going to be Friday and Saturday. you keep track on social media, you'll be able to find out. There you see Coach Chris Shakespeare. What a job he has done as his team plays into the quarterfinals for the second year in a row. And it was this fly ball off the bat of Elijah Winters. And once it was squeezed by Ethan Mayo, Dutchtown advances to the quarterfinals. So that's going to wrap it up. Want to thank Coach Chris Shakespeare and Coach Scott Tribble for all their cooperation in providing us with information for this regional round game. Dutchtown in extra innings in 8 wins it by a final of 3-0. Until we see you in the quarterfinals, Central here at Dutchtown. For Mike Mohler, I'm Lyall Boudreaux. Thanks for watching. You have been watching the REV Game of the Week.